Bling. Hope you're all having a great day today. As you all know, we have a class, so a 3-hour class on homonyms. There's so many of them that I wanted to make sure that I get this resource in for you. So even if you're only allowed to get to one class, it's the same document for every single class. So you'll be able to see all of those. And for those of you who are new to Verbling, like Rosalia in the chat, or Rosella in the chat, all you do is you wait for a little green button. I think it's right over here on your screen as you're watching this, to join class. But just make sure that when you join class, you're going to have something that opens up called Google Hangout. Only keep the Google Hangout open. You must close the Verbling window, or else you will hear me speaking twice, which is, once is enough. Once is enough. So a homonym, I'll just introduce the topic quickly for you. A homonym is when two words sound the exact same, so you cannot tell the difference from the ear, but they're spelled differently and they have different meanings. So I'm excited to see how much you know about them, and maybe every now and then I'll test you and see if you can make the sentence yourself. So if you ever watch this as a recorded class or you're viewing, you should still try to make these exercises, or to do the exercises that I give you. So if I give you a sentence to one of the students in the class, you can still try. And I'll just let everyone know who doesn't know much about how to make a reservation. You can actually see in the chat right over here, if you scroll up a bit, I explained it to one of the other students, but you are more than welcome to read that. Basically, if you want to make a reservation, go to verbling.com/get-reservations, and you will see that it's only $25 a month to make unlimited reservations. So that just helps you plan. If you know you want to take Verbling classes tomorrow at 6 o'clock, you don't need to worry that you will not get into the classes. So it's a really easy way to make sure. Hi, Gustavo. I see you writing in the chat. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, and we have Alicia. Hi, Alicia. Hi, Lisa. How are you doing? Alicia.
I'm not Alicia.
Oh, that's what it says that your name is?
I am Gustavo. Alicia is my wife.
Oh, okay, so she has the Google Plus account.
Okay.
Oh, okay,
I'm listening. Okay, I write and read good.
You write really good?
Write.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
And reading good. I'm
good. That's really good.
I know very expression.
That's okay.
Sorry.
That's good. No, that's okay. So the reason it says Alicia on your name here, when I put my mouse over your name, it says Alicia. But it's because she must have the Google Plus account. It must be her Google account.
No. Okay, no, it's don't care. My name is Gustavo.
Okay.
Gustavo Martin, from Argentina.
Okay, great. So I will just write that down so I stop calling you Alicia.
No.
Gustavo. Good. Okay, great. Okay, and we have Amine. Hi, Amine. Amine? Amine, are you there? You might be on mute, Amine, so if you are, click the red button right over here on your screen. I'll come back to you. And we have Carolina. Hi, Carolina.
Hi.
Hi, how are you doing today?
Nothing.
Good, good. And we have Emilio. Hi, Emilio. Emilio, are you there? I can't hear you, but you might be on mute. So if you are on mute, you'll have to click a little red button over here. Hossam?
Yes, hello?
Hi, how are you doing today?
Yeah, that's fine, great. What about you?
I'm good, but Hossam, you must put headphones in.
I must channel, oh sorry, I must what?
You must put headphones in. Because I'm hearing myself speak, and then it's coming out of your speakers.
Yeah, I'm hearing you carefully. Actually, I have here headphone, but it's built in my laptop.
Oh no, headphones
Do you hear
are
me
not.
carefully?
Headphones are not built into your. They are separate like this.
But I have here sound speaker. I can hear you. I can hear you well.
I know, but I'm speaking, and then it goes back into your microphone. So what you hear goes back into your microphone, and then we all hear me speak twice.
You listen to me now?
So look in the chat. I'll type it in the chat for you.
Okay.
Out. Sorry, 1 second, everyone.
Okay.
Okay, so I explained it in there. So I'm going to put you on mute right now, and then you can go off mute after and explain what you can do with that. Okay, and we have Jose. How are you doing, Jose?
Well, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. And we have Josep. Hi, Josep.
Yeah, hello.
Hi, how are you doing today?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm good, I'm good. And we have Manuel. Hi, Manuel. Manuel, are you there? Manuel. So you might be on mute. At the end of all of this, I will show everyone how to get off mute. Oh,
Hello?
Hi. Oh, you're speaking very loudly right now. Try
Hello?
Hi, how are you doing? How are you doing today?
Hello?
Manuel, can you hear me?
Oh, yes.
Good, good. How are you doing today?
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Sorry.
That's okay. Manuel, can you speak a little further away from your microphone? Just, it's very, very, very loud.
Oh, okay.
Thank you. Thank you. And we have Maria. Hi, Maria. Maria, are you there? Hello? Okay, if she leaves again, I will have to open the class for someone else. And we have Nicholas. Hi, Nicholas.
Hi, Lauren. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
Good. 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 And we have Yosra. Hi, Yosra. Welcome back. Yosra? Okay, so for everyone I wasn't able to talk to, we have Amine, we have Yosra, we have Hossam. Oh, no, not Hossam. But everyone watch me right now. Watch my screen right now.
Hello?
Oh,
Is it
Amina, you're there.
Is it Kenyan?
Oh, wait. Hassan?
Hello.
Hi, Hassan.
Yes, I have a headphone now. Is it clear? My voice is clear now?
Good, that's much better, much better. So it wasn't that it was your voice, it was that it was my voice coming through your microphone again. So we were hearing me speak 2 times. I would speak and then we would hear my echo. So that is much better. Thank you, Hossam.
Yeah,
Hello,
you're welcome.
teacher.
Hi, Amine. How are you doing today?
I'm fine. I'm very fine. And you?
Good, good. And Maria, I see you've come back.
Okay.
Hi, Maria. Oh, Maria, we can't
Hello.
hear you. Oh, there you are. How are you doing today?
Hello?
Hi, how are you doing today?
Hello?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes.
But, Maria, you must put headphones in.
Okay.
Is that okay?
I'm going for iPhones.
Thank you so much. Thank you, that's great. Good, and then we have Yosra. Yosra, can you hear us now?
Yes, I do.
Good, good. How are you doing today?
Good. How about you?
Good, good. Okay. So, Alessandra. Oh, wait. Was it Alessandra? No, I think it's Firas. You're saying in the chat that you had a reservation and you weren't able to get in. I don't know why that happened because you are allowed to come in the first 2 minutes of class. You're supposed to be able to come in early before everyone. So you should email the Verbling staff maybe, or make sure that you are here early next time. Because Firas, it only works. Sorry, Manuel, I have to mute you. It only works, a reservation only works if you are here early. Okay? Okay. I'm going to start us off. Does everyone know where our document is? Does anyone have any problem seeing the document? So does anyone not have the document open? No?
Yeah, that's me. I don't have my document open, actually.
Okay, do you know how to open it?
Frank speaking, I'm opening it from the webpage of Verbling, but I don't know. Do you have here on this webpage?
Yep, I posted it in the chat, but I'll repost it right now. So if you are viewing right now, oh, Jose posted it.
That's right. I saw it.
Great, yeah. So there it is. If you all have a, if you're watching right now, you can, even if it's a recorded class, anytime you can still look at the link. It's right over here. So, oh, sorry, no, right over here for you. It's backwards. So you can still click on the link and follow along with us. What I'm going to do is I'm going to explain some words, and we have a lot of words to talk about, but I really want you to ask me questions if you don't understand anything, okay? And sometimes I will ask you if you know the difference, so don't be shy, okay? Don't be shy. Okay, and I'll screen share this for everyone. So this is a grammar lesson, as you know, with me, Lauren, and we have a lot of new people today, so I know, and these are all in alphabetical order. So when we say alphabetical order, what does that mean? It means we put them in the order of the alphabet. So we go A, B, C, D, all the way down to Z. Actually, I was wondering, in, let's say, Spanish, is it the same, in Spanish, is it the same alphabet or different languages? Do you always start with A?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Oh, yeah, I see that in chat. Okay, great. So here we are. We have acts and acts. So you can't really tell the difference between those two words because even though acts has a T, you generally pronounce it with just like you would pronounce axe. So an axe is a chopping tool. So it's like this, an axe, AX, so AX. Imagine you had a big long stick, and at the end of it is a knife like this, and you use it for chopping wood, chop a tree down. That's what an axe is. Acts are like any action you do. So, for example, you could do many acts in one day. Like that. So, for example, I am right now doing the act, which is like an action. Act is an action. I am right now doing the act of teaching. You are doing the act of going on to Verbling. Good. Next one. We have add and add. So an add, this word here, is actually just a short form. Oh, you can't see that. It's just a short form for advertisement. So an ad is like an advertisement, like this little word here. It's we say, for example, there's a Coca-Cola ad. Advertisement is like marketing. Then we have ADD, which means like addition. So you add 2 plus 2, that equals 4. So add is for addition. Good.
It's like add milk in the sugar in the milk.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
You add sugar to the milk. Exactly. Good example. Good example. Then we have these. This one here is not as important, but let's say someone, there's a very, very popular drink here in Canada and the United States, and I think that it's popular in other countries too. It's called Powerade. Do you know that one? Or Gatorade? Have you ever heard of those?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Aid, A-D-E, is a word that means a fruit beverage. So what's another example of an aid, of a fruit beverage? We have lemonade. Aid is fruit drink, right? So you know that lemonade is a drink. Yes, it is delicious. You know lemonade is a drink because it has the word aid. Otherwise, it would just be lemon. Okay, and we have aid. This means to help someone. So, for example, first aid is a medical kit to help people. Medical bag, with Band-Aids in it and stuff.
It's a synonym of help.
Synonym of help. Yes, exactly. That's a great one. So aid is a synonym for help. Exactly. And if you're watching, you can check out the chat on the right there for some little explanations. Okay, great. And then we have an aid. So an aid is someone who helps you. An aid is a person. A person who helps you. So, for example,
like
pardon me?
Like co-pilot, for example.
Sure, yeah. You wouldn't use it in the same. Like, for example, co is what we call a prefix. It comes before a word. But aid, you can just say, yes, she is my aid. She came to my aid. She came to help me. She was my aid. Or she came to my aid. Either one is good. Good questions. And then we have these ones. So arrow, I think most of you know what an arrow is. An arrow is like when you do archery, you have an arrow like this. So let's say this is your arrow. There's something over here that's very sharp. So you go like this, and then it goes. It's an arrow. This is an arrow when you are doing archery. Okay? So arrow with A-R-R-O-W is this slender pointed, let's say stick. And it can
Excuse
kill
me.
people.
Excuse me. Is it arrow or arrow?
Arrow.
Arrow.
In Canada, we pronounce it arrow.
Arrow. But I think in the United States of America and Britain they are pronounced arrow.
Arrow? Maybe
Yes.
in Britain, but in the United States, no, they would pronounce it like arrow.
Arrow.
Arrow,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
both of those words
Arrow.
sound exactly the same. So arrow like this and arrow, they both sound exactly the same. You can't tell the difference. If someone was to say it to you, you wouldn't know which one they were talking about unless you understood the context. What does context mean? We went over this one time in one of my classes. Does anyone know what context means?
It's the meaning of a sentence.
It's the principal meaning of the sentence.
Text. Maybe the text of the text.
Good guesses. Not quite. They're all very close to what the definition is. But thank you. And Abdullah, I see you joined us. How are you doing today?
I'm doing very well, thank you. How are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you.
Thanks.
Nicholas, were you ever in one of my classes that we talked about context?
I don't. No.
Don't think so? I did it in my Holocaust class. Or sorry, not my Holocaust, my propaganda, World War II propaganda class. But, okay, context is the circumstances. So context, I'll just write this in here. Context is the circumstances or the things that happened around an event. In a sentence, context is basically where the sentence happens or who says it. So here's an example. The words I love you. Context is very important to use it correctly. If I said to one of you right now, I love you, it would be very weird, right? Because I don't know you very well and we have never met in real life. But if I said in the context of me and my boyfriend, that context, it's appropriate because I can say, I love you in the exact same way, but the context, it makes sense. So if I was to say the word to, for example, or arrow, you don't know what context that is. But if I said, look at that aerocraft in the sky, you know I'm not talking about an arrow, I'm talking about the AERO. Because I said, look, it's up in the sky. And we know that AERO means that something is up in the sky, like this, right? So it's an arrow of an aircraft. It's on an aircraft. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yes? Good. Good.
So arrow, like a weapon.
Arrow, ARROW, is a weapon, yes.
Yes.
That's a good, so I'll put this here actually. Sun and pointing stick, it's a weapon. Exactly.
That's right.
Exactly. Oops, I'll just open this up a little. Good.
Thank you.
Good. This one's really important because you use this all the time. Who here knew the difference between those two before this class? Who knew the difference before this class?
Me?
Yes? Good, good. So Abdullah, why don't you give us examples of using those two in sentences? Effect and effect.
Okay. His dad's behavior affected him.
And which one would you use, A or E?
The first one, A.
Good, good.
And another example, some drugs has effects on your body.
Good, good. So an effect is a noun, right? It is a noun. It is a thing. So you will never say effected. You will never say that. That is not a word. It's always affected. Affected. So this one is a verb. right? You
I
will,
think the synonym is influence.
yeah, good. To change, yes, that's very true. Influence, like that. Absolutely, that's very true. Good. Good. And then we have, oops, not noun, but noun. Effect is a consequence. Yes, David, you're writing in the chat. Effect is like a consequence. It can be a consequence. So just think of it this way. If you ever want to say, what was the example you gave, Abdullah?
The first one?
Yeah,
For the,
no, for E. Yes,
E.
for the first one. Sorry, for the first one. For A.
Yeah, his dad's behavior affected his son.
Good. So the father's behavior affected the son, right? Of course, we know that's true. But if you want to say affected, and you were to put it like this, that looks better than being down here, because over here there would be 3 E's, and that's just too many E's. E, E, and E. That's an easy way to remember it. I remember learning it like that when I was learning how to spell correctly, even in high school. So that's the best way to remember. You cannot turn effect into a verb. So the relationship was affected. You cannot turn this into a verb, so it must be the A one. So that example was affected. The father's behavior affected this one, even though they are said the exact way. I'm saying them as if it's an A, but you pronounce them both like affect. Any questions about that? This one is not very common, but I'll explain it anyways. An ale is a beer. So if you go into a bar and you say, I would like an ale, please, what color is an ale?
Brown. Yellow.
Yes, it is. It is actually a yellow one. Unless it is, so normally it is a pale ale. So a pale ale, and it is a light colored beer. Light. So not light in calories, like in fat or anything, but it is light in color. Yes, good. And then we have ale, A-I-L. That means sick. So an ailment is a sickness. An ailment is a sickness. Good.
Yeah, it's when something causes pain.
Yeah, exactly. When something causes pain, exactly. Good.
Ill, maybe sick, maybe ill, maybe patient.
Oh, good extra explanation. So I'm going to give you another example here. Ill does not sound the same as the two, but ill also means sick. So this is a verb. Sorry that the tense keeps changing there. So this one, ale, is a verb, and this one is ill, and it is an adjective.
Okay.
So you would say, he is ill, and you would say this one, oh, this is difficult. The sickness, or the sickness ailed him, like this. Okay? But you would not use this word very often. So don't worry too much about this one. Just know that if you're asking for a beer, it's like this, A-L-E. A-L-E. Okay, these ones are pretty good too. These ones are important because they really are pronounced the same. When we say error, like this, we don't say it like that in real life, even though that would be the proper pronunciation. We just say it exactly how we say error. I made an error, like this one. I made an error. Error, that means a mistake. a mistake. I breathe air, right? I breathe air. Right? Oops. Oh, I should explain this to you. What is the difference? I'm going to show you here in the chat. What is the difference between this and this? So can everyone see that in the chat? I'll put it in the Google chat as well.
You mean breath and breathe?
Yeah.
Breath is the noun and to breathe is the verb.
Good. And which one is spelled like breathe?
Breathe is the verb.
Yeah, and does that have an E at the end or no?
It has an A.
Noun and the verb.
No?
See, I said breathe. I meant breath. Sorry, I made a mistake there. I meant like this. D-R-E. I forgot the R.
Yeah. To breathe has an E at the end.
Good, good.
Yeah.
Good, exactly. Okay, so that's good. So I think we all kind of understand that. So I just wanted to make sure when you are saying I will breathe or I will take a breath of fresh air, you must know the difference of spelling there. Breathe with that E sound, just remember it has an E on the end. And then breath does not have the E. But those are not homonyms because they do sound different. Homonyms are only when things sound the exact same. Okay, so we understand the difference between these two. Air, this is pronounced exactly the same. Air, air, and air. And the heir is the person who will inherit something. So, for example, he was the heir to his father's business.
Yes.
Or home. We can say the family home. Right? Which means he inherited it. That's what heir means.
Yes.
Good. These ones are good too. We have aisle, aisle, and aisle. Did you all know the difference between those? At least this top one and bottom one. Did anyone know the difference between them before this class?
Yes.
Yes?
May I say aisle? I think the pathway between seats in buses, trains, planes.
Yeah.
Aisle, it means I will. This is a contracted form of all. I will. This is used in the future when I took the future. And isle, I think this is for the word island. It's a place surrounded by water from all sides.
Good, good, Hassam. Yes, great. So exactly what Hassam said. And the most important ones, I know you know what this one is. I know you know what this one is, but the most important ones for you to know the difference between is A and I. And I always say that you said it's between two seats, right?
No, between seats of the plane, for example. If you are in the plane, there is aisle seat, for example. I think the seat that's between the path, between the walkway, this is aisle seat, and window seat and middle seat. Aisle seat, it means the seat that is beside the walkway in the plane, for example, or in the bus. Yes.
Yes, good. And if you ever have a hard time remembering that, for anyone who is watching right now, you can look at the A's. So the A, there's an A in walkway. There's two A's in walkway. A in aisle. So this pronunciation, sorry, not pronounce, they're all the same pronunciation. But you can think of A, there's two A's in walkways. Two A's in walkway. And then aisle, well, with no A, well, that's just like isle, right here. Right there. Same words, same letters, sorry. So that should be easy to remember.
I think this is homophone.
Homophone. Homophone. What is a homophone? You mean a homonym?
I think homophone is the word that pronounce the same but give different meanings.
Yeah.
But homonym, but homonym, two words pronounced the same but spelled different.
Okay,
right?
so I guess we're looking at homophones and homonyms.
Yes.
Because we're looking
This
at
is-
all of them all together here.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, interesting. That's interesting, Hossam, because I didn't even know the difference between those two. And you know, that's funny because I've spent a lot of money taking a 5-year degree in English.
Oh, oh dear.
So, yeah, that's really funny. Thank you for teaching me something new today. I love verbling. I just love verbling.
No, we are learning from each other actually.
I
So
know
I
we
think-
are.
Yeah, I'm revising my information with you. This is why actually, and I'm enjoying your accent because the Canadian accent, I like it. But may I ask you a question actually? Do you think Canadian accent is a British accent or American accent or different accent?
Well, it's different. It's hard to explain. So if you have American people and Canadian people generally sound very similar, unless you go to the south of the United States. So if you're
Yes.
looking at a map, you have, let's say this was, this is North America. So if this was Canada, everyone sounds, so I'll just draw this out. If this is Canada and this is the
Yeah.
United States,
Yes.
everyone sounds the same until about right here. All of the
Yes.
southern states, they have very strong accents. So we consider those American accents because I call it my southern drawl. You know, they're always talking like this, and sometimes you can't even understand a word that they're saying. It's kind of like that. So they don't pronounce everything. They have more of an accent. This is, I guess, silly because everyone thinks they have no accent, but I always think that Canadian and North USA accents are like no accent. But that's just because...
But
That's
actually,
because
when you ask an American person, the Canadian accent is like American accent. No, it's a British accent. When you ask the British people, they say, no, it's American accent. When you ask the Canadian themselves, no, we have different accents.
No, we have very similar accents to Americans. We're most similar to Americans. But, for example, I went to teach in Japan, and they said they would only take applicants, so they would only hire people who were from Canada and the northern American states. They would not
Yes.
take anyone from the South USA states because they had more of an accent.
Yes, yeah. South of the net is a different accent from the north, yeah. And it's
Yes.
difficult to be understood, actually.
Yeah, very difficult. And also when we Canadian people and North, so I'll call it the Canadian North American accent. We say every word, every letter. We pronounce every letter. Whereas British people, they do not pronounce a lot of the letters.
R. Rhetorically.
R or
Right,
TH
yeah.
sounds, yeah.
And sometimes S sounds like, oh no, that was Australian. They don't pronounce every letter instead of letter.
Letter, yeah.
Letter.
Yeah.
Water.
Yeah.
Water. So it sounds like
water.
It sounds like WOTA. Water. But it's spelled water.
But the American Canadians don't say water. They say water. Say the Italy.
Oh yeah, they kind of make it into a D.
Yes.
Italy.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true. Technically, we should be pronouncing it like Italy, but you're
Yes.
right. We turn a lot of things into D.
Gecede var mı camide?
What was that? Oh, sorry, something just happened. But anyways, sorry, we must get back to our homonyms. Okay. So I see that I think someone just joined our hangout. We have Recep. Hi, Recep.
Recep.
Oh, Recep.
Yeah.
Recep. Hi, Rajab. How are you doing today? Rajab Al? I can't hear you. So you've got to have a working microphone. So let's try clicking the top button over here on your screen. It's going to be a red button, top right-hand corner, right over here. And I'll show you on my screen share right now, because if not, I have to open this spot up for someone else. So watch my screen right now, Rajab. See this?
I am seeing.
Rajab, are you there?
Yes, I am here.
Oh, okay. Okay, am I pronouncing your name correctly then, Rajab?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, no problem.
Good, good. Okay.
Yes, I am first in the program.
First time?
Yes.
Great, great. So did you get the link that we posted?
I don't understand.
Okay, I will post something in the chat over here, a little blue link.
Yeah.
And you can click on the link and follow, or you can watch my screen. Either one is good. Either one works.
Okay, I am following this here.
And I'm going to continue with our homonyms. Okay, but in answer to your question there, Hassam, or Hossam, sorry. When you are trying to figure out what kind of accent you want, I normally suggest sticking with the accent that will work best for you. So, because let's say, for example, you come to my class, I will force you to say water. Water.
Water. Yeah.
I will force you.
It is not so easy. Believe me, I know that. It is not so easy.
I'm gonna take it from you as water, but if I'm dealing with American person, I'll say water.
Oh, water. Water is fine. Water is fine. That's fine. But if you're with a British
Water dedi, o su dedi bak bu.
Okay, Rajab, can you please stop talking? Because when you talk, we hear everything that you're saying. So keep yourself on mute. But that's pretty much the big difference is British and American Canadian. You can put American Canadian in the same area. It's more that the British people speak differently than I do.
But the Americans say water, and if you listen to New Interchange Third Edition, you can listen to. They always make the comparison between American. They put them into the same category, American and Canadian. For example, in the United States and Canada, the people they study that, and they pronounce water. They pronounce city. They pronounce Italy. This is the first time to hear. Yes, this is the first time to hear Canadian person to say water. Yes.
Yeah, you're right though. You know what? That's good advice for everyone. We don't really pronounce the T very strongly a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Like, for example, the word elementary school. We won't really say elementary. We'll say elementary. We kind of go over it, almost like a D sometimes. But, okay, back to our homonyms. So, here we are. Okay, so here we are for... We've got allowed and allowed. These, you must know the difference between these two. Allowed means you are speaking it out loud. So right now, I am saying this out loud. And that's easy because it has the word loud in it, which means that you have high volume. But it doesn't need to be actually loud when you are doing it with high volume, of course. It just means you're actually saying it. Allowed like this means you are permitted. So she was allowed to go to the dance. Or her parents allowed her to go to a dance. An example for allowed, give me an example for allowed like this.
Please read this text aloud.
Good. Great.
You're not allowed to go out during the class.
Good, and which one would that be? This one or this one?
No, allowed. A-L-O-W-E-D. It means let, permitted.
Good. So you are not allowed
Allowed.
to go, to leave class or something
Or
like
to
that.
leave class. Yeah, that's right.
That's just shorter.
You aren't allowed to smoke in hospital.
Good. To smoke, oops, in the hospital.
But sorry, can I say smoking is prohibited? Is more stronger because this is against law. So we
Yes.
say smoking is prohibited inside hospitals, or you mustn't allow smoke inside the hospital.
Yes, good, good. So I'll just put that in the Verbling classes chat over here. Prohibited.
For example, no pets allowed.
No. What did you say?
Oh, sorry, no pets allowed.
No bits? B-I-T-S?
Pets,
No
pets.
pets.
No
Animals.
pets. Good, good. Yes, yes. No pets allowed. Exactly. No.
That's right.
In the chat, I see that Doa is giving the example that says, "Don't allow your voice at me, please." I can see how you're using that, Doa, but that is not the correct way that we use that. Also, Joseph, you'll need to put your headphones in because I'm hearing myself echoing through your microphone. Okay, Joseph?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Can you put some headphones in, please?
I can not hear, but I silence my microphone, okay?
Okay, it's just that when I'm speaking sometimes it comes back through your and it goes back into your microphone. So stay on mute or you'll have to put headphones on. Okay, it's only sometimes, it's not all the time. Okay, but anyway, so Doa, or Dua, I think I'm pronouncing that wrong, but that's okay. When you say you don't say don't aloud your voice because you can say something aloud, but aloud is not a word. A verb. So you cannot use it like she allowed, A-L-O-U-D. That doesn't work. You would say, don't raise your voice at me. Don't raise your voice like that. Voice. Don't raise your voice at me like that. You could say, she screamed. She screamed aloud. You could say something like that. But aloud does not necessarily mean it is loud. It just means that you are actually saying it.
Excuse me. We say don't scream loudly or aloud.
Don't scream loudly.
Yes.
Don't scream loudly.
Loudly, yeah.
Aloud would be more used. The most common time you'll hear the word aloud, A-L-O-U-D, is when you're saying, "Oh, I think I need to go to the store and get some more potatoes." And someone will say, "What?" And you'll say, "Oh, nothing. I'm just thinking aloud."
Yeah.
I'm just thinking aloud. So you're thinking out loud. Aloud and out loud are the same thing.
No. Talking about actually sentence orders, so a subject, verb, and adverb. So she's screaming loudly, but when I say, for example, words like feel, I feel, for example, followed by an adjective, so no problem actually. But scream, if the word scream followed by an adjective, like feel,
is the
like
word
when I say now, I feel hot, I need to switch on the AC, air conditioning. I feel hot. Feel is followed by an adjective. Okay? Yeah. Do you guys know what I mean?
Oh, I see what you mean. Yes. And what is your question?
My question is: scream followed by an adjective or adverb as a verb?
Scream would be followed by an adverb.
An adverb, yeah. So we say she screamed loudly or aloud. Aloud here. This is a noun, I think, or what? No, this is an adjective.
It is, yes, but it would still be okay to.
Yeah, she screamed loudly.
Because this is why. For example, one day you could be talking about, I was screaming on the inside. I was so angry, but I didn't say anything. I was screaming on the inside. but one day I screamed aloud.
Yeah. Okay.
Right? So you could still use it, but I know exactly what you're trying to say, and grammatically, you're correct. But there are some times where saying aloud after scream would still make sense.
Okay.
Yes.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. That's okay. These are good questions. Good. So let's continue. So we've got alter and alter. Yeah.
Is it correct to pronunciate aloud?
Aloud?
Yeah.
Actually, it would have to be with the ah sound. So you can watch my face right now. You are saying aloud. So your voice, your lips are like this. Aloud. I want you to say aloud. Aloud. Aloud.
Aloud.
Open lips. Open lips, not rounded lips.
Yeah. Aloud. If you want to have a Canadian accent, all you do is you smile all the time. And then it works. I'm just kidding. So, Joseph, it would be a better pronunciation to say aloud. Much better. Much better.
Look, you said better. Didn't say better.
It's true. It's true. I did say better. But that's just how we say it. That's just how we say it. Okay. So now we've got alter and alter. These are two. So this is actually a noun. Alter with an AR is a noun. And this is like a raised center of worship. So when you go to get baptized, for example, you will go to the altar in a church. Raised center of worship.
Mosque.
Or in a mosque or in a synagogue.
Temple. Yeah.
How do you say mosque? Mosque like this? Spell it?
Yes.
Mosque. M-O-S-Q-U-E. M-O-S-Q-U-E.
Synagogue. What else? Any kind of temple. Any kind of temple. So an altar is religious. It's always religious. Then we have alter. Sorry, same pronunciation. But I keep pretending they're different, but they're not. They're all the same pronunciation. So alter, this just means to change. So if I say she altered her accent to sound more American, this just means she changed it. Altered and change are the exact same word. Alter equals change. They're both the same. Or shift. Yes.
Teacher, it calls then effect. Alter.
What about alter?
It's synonym of result. Effect.
Not quite. Not quite. I know what you're thinking. There's another word. No, it is not. But I know what you're thinking about. Alter is a verb. So you will change. To change something.
To change. Okay.
But you know what? It's already there. But you know what? You could say to effect, to affect like this. I see what you're saying. Okay. Yeah, but to affect something does not necessarily mean to change it as much. You wouldn't use these totally interchangeably, but yes, you're on the right track for sure.
Okay.
And Joseph, are you on mute while you're listening?
Comes alternative from this word. Alternative.
What was that, Hossam?
Alternative.
Okay, 1 second. Joseph, I need to talk to you. I keep hearing myself speak. If you don't put headphones in, you have to stay on mute. There's a red button over here on your screen. It will mute you, or else I have to get someone else to come into class. So you have to stay on mute, okay? Look, this is my angry face.
Wow. Frightened. Scared.
Okay? I'm just kidding. I'm not angry, but it's just very distracting, okay? Okay. Why does everyone laugh at my angry face? Okay. So, good. We've got that one. Alter and altar. You don't pronounce it that way. It's just alter. But you can make this one plural, right? So you can have alters as well. Okay, then we have an and an. You will either pronounce this as an or un, depending on what the word is after. And then we have an, which is a name, a common name. But I'm sure you all knew that. You'll always see an with a capital like that, and two n's. So that is a common name.
Sorry, I heard it for American movie. Anne, call a taxi, please. Anne.
Oh, yeah, that's. I suppose that's a pretty American accent. Ian, call a taxi. Taxi.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, we don't talk like that. Yes, you're right. But I guess I can only teach a Canadian accent. Okay, these ones are really important because if you don't know the difference between these two, you're going to very much upset your mother's or father's sister one day. So, aunt, like this, some people pronounce it aunt, but I pronounce it aunt, and a lot of other people pronounce it aunt. But if you ever hear this as aunt, or auntie, or auntie, this is all the same word. We also have, and this just is a nice way of calling your aunt. So you could say, Aunt Marie, can you please, happy birthday, Aunt Marie, or you could say, happy birthday, Auntie Marie. Auntie is the same as aunt. And then we have an insect. The ant is an insect. So you never want to mix those two up because if you were writing to your aunt one day and you spell it like this, you're going to make her think of what an ant looks like, which of course you don't want to do. And for those of you who don't know what an ant looks like, I'm just going to show you what it looks like so that you know. Because I think it's important. This is what an ant is. An A-N-T, ant. While your aunt, is your mother's or father's sister, right? So you don't want to mix those up. Okay, moving on. We've got the next two. Auntie and auntie. So this is just like up here. This is the exact same. You can spell it auntie like this with a Y or auntie with an I-E because it is a nickname. And what's a nickname? What's a nickname? Nickname.
Nickname is... Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Nickname is a name given for person. It's not official name. It's name, informal name. Yeah.
Yeah. So for example, let's say me and Nicholas became buddies. We were best friends. I would call Nicholas Nick. Or Nikki or something.
Christina, Tina, Chris, Donald, Don, Beth.
Yeah, or a nickname for someone can be totally not related to their name. Like, for example, have you seen the movie The Terminator?
Yeah.
The Terminator?
Yeah.
So, we used to have a friend who she always used to call me the Terminator because I was so small when I was little. And then when I was younger, they started calling me the Terminator, but it's a long word, so they started calling me Nader. And it was only like 2 years, but they called me Nader because it sounded like Terminator. That was my nickname, even though my name is Lauren. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. I was very cool.
You cannot still believe it, right?
Yes. I mean, just kidding.
Yeah.
No. So we know that. So auntie is a nickname, so you can spell it either this way or that way. Ante is a preliminary bet. So for example, if you were to start playing poker or a card game, you would have an ante, which is like the first bet that you would have. So you would say, okay, the ante is $5. And then someone would say, okay, I'm going to up the ante, which means increase the ante. So up the ante is an expression which means increase the ante. Right? So if you ever see that word ante, that is basically what is I guess what is put on the table at first. Oh my gosh, it is already the end of class almost. I can't believe that. I can't believe how quickly time flew.
Yes.
I need to start my I can't believe that time flew so fast. We have an expression. It's called time flies when you're having fun. Time flies when you're having fun, which means time goes by very quickly when you are enjoying yourself. I'm having another 2 classes on this exact document, so please join me at my next class. And again, don't be shy for everyone who was joining earlier, or like Carolina, or we had some others like Misael and Yosra. Never be shy. I'm just going to start my next class now, but first I'll post in the Verbling chat. If you'd like to follow me on Verbling, or you can like my Facebook page, or both, and you can get updates on my next classes. So I hope to see you all soon.
Yeah.
Bye.
Hopefully see you soon.
Bye. See you soon. Ciao.